drifts in slow silver clouds and radio, church bells ringing down the lane, but my heart still sounds like rain. Old newspapers by the door, footsteps creaking on the floor, and somewhere through the window blue, the blues are shining through. I put on my Sunday shoes today, trying hard to walk the pain away. Polished leather, worn out soul, smiling while the cracks still show. Mama used to say stand tall even when your shadows fall, but some memories don't disappear, they just whisper in your ear. The preacher spoke of grace and light, but I kept seeing you last night, dancing slowly in my mind, like smoke I couldn't leave behind. And every hymn felt bittersweet, like heartbreak moving to the beat. I got the blues inside my Sunday shoes, walking these lonely avenues, trying to pray away the ache, but heaven knows some hearts still break. And every trumpet crying low sounds like truths I used to know. Oh, love can leave a soul half used, with the blues inside their Sunday shoes. Down on Beale Street after dark, street musicians left their mark. A saxophone beneath neon signs played regrets in perfect time. An old bartender poured me black, said, son, don't keep looking back. The past is just a crooked road, it teaches what the future owes. I laughed a little through the pain, watched the thunder bring the rain, and every drop against the glass looked like pieces of our past. This city sings in minor keys for all the hearts that never leave. I got the blues inside my Sunday shoes, walking these lonely avenues, trying to pray away the ache, but heaven knows some hearts still break. And every trumpet crying low sounds like truths I used to know. Love can leave a soul half used, with the blues inside their Sunday shoes. Midnight train humming soft downtown, cigarette smoke slowly drifting around. Somebody laughing to hide their pain, somebody waiting in pouring rain, and me still carrying your memory like a melody that won't release. Morning sunlight touched the bar like forgiveness from afar. And for the first time in a while, I almost learned again to smile. Because the blues ain't always bad, sometimes they heal what sorrow had, teaching broken hearts to grow through the cracks they never showed. So I walked home through southern wind, feeling life beneath my skin. And every step I slowly moved left behind what I once lost in you. I still turns through joy and pain, through falling tears and midnight rain. And somewhere in that smoky tune I found myself this afternoon. Church bells ring, city glow, old heart healed, nobody knows, and the blue still softly moves inside my Sunday shoes. Slow dancing through hard times. The city's tired tonight, neon flickers losing light, rain taps softly on the roof, like heaven searching for the truth. A jukebox hums an old refrain, low like whiskey, deep like pain. And somewhere through the midnight haze, two lonely hearts still sway. You wore that blue silk summer dress, like grace wrapped up in loneliness. Your eyes carried storms inside, but still you smiled and stayed alive. The bartender wiped another glass, while old songs drifted from the past. And every note the trumpet blew sounded like surviving you. Outside the world kept falling apart, people breaking heart to heart. But in that little downtown room, the music gave our ghosts some room. And when you took my shaking hand, the whole night seemed to understand. We were slow dancing through hard times, holding on through cheap red wine, while the world kept losing faith. We found peace in small mistakes, and every saxophone crying blue felt like healing me and you. Oh, loving, always sweet sunshine. Sometimes it's slow dancing through hard times. The waitress laughed with tired eyes, like someone learning how to survive. A tired couple near the door held each other like before. An old man played upright bass, with wrinkles carved across his face. He whispered, "Kid, the blues are true, but they don't have to bury you." Then thunder rolled across the sky, like old regrets refusing goodbye. Still your head rested on my chest, like maybe broken hearts can rest. And somewhere underneath the pain, we found a little hope again. We were slow dancing through hard times, holding on through cheap red wine, while the world kept losing faith. We found peace in small mistakes, and every saxophone crying blue felt like healing me and you. Oh, love ain't always sweet sunshine. Sometimes it's slow dancing through hard times. Street lights glowing on wet concrete, taxi shadows and tires. scars. The moment you pulled me into your arms. Morning slowly touched the blinds like mercy arriving right on time. The bar grew quiet, chairs turned still, but our hearts were dancing still. Because sometimes life don't let you in. Sometimes love arrives warm, thin, but even storms eventually fade, and somebody chooses to stay. So if tomorrow breaks our plans, time slips softly through our hands, I'll still remember that midnight rhyme of slow dancing through hard times. We were slow dancing through hard times, turning hurt into something kind. While the whole world rushed too fast, we made one fragile moment last. And every lonely jazz cafe helped us survive another day. Now every shadow feels less blind after slow dancing through hard times. Oh, the blues still echo deep at night, but your love made the darkness light. And somewhere in those soft bass lines, we learned how to survive hard times. Rain slows down, neon dims, last song plays, night grows thin, and somewhere far beyond the pain, two hearts are dancing once again. Midnight lessons on Bourbon Street. Midnight falls like velvet rain, streetlights shimmer through the pane. Old cafe windows breathing gold. Every lonely heart turns cold. Down on Bourbon, saxophones cry like broken angels in the sky. And every soul with scars to hide finds a place where ghosts reside. I saw a woman in a crimson dress, smoking secrets through her loneliness. She said, love don't stay where pride begins, and whiskey never hides your sins. A trumpet played from balcony blue, like it remembered me and you, while neon halos filled the night with borrowed dreams and faded light. I walked beneath those iron vines, past old musicians losing time. Every note they softly played sounded like mistakes we made, and the city kept whispering low. Some hearts heal, some never let go. These are the midnight lessons on Bourbon Street, where broken lovers and jazz drums meet, where every shadow's got a song to sing, and every king once lost everything. Oh, the moon keeps dancing on empty glass, while memories burn like smoke that lasts. And somewhere between the blues and the beat, I heaven crying through the storm. A black Cadillac rolled by alone, like somebody heading nowhere home. An old man played a worn-out tune beneath the sleepy southern moon. He smiled and said, "Boy, listen close. Pain writes the songs remembered most." Then he laughed like gravel roads, like life had carved him deep with gold. And every wrinkle on his face looked like time had left a trace. The river kept rolling through the dark, like carrying pieces of every heart. These are the midnight lessons on Bourbon Street, where broken lovers and jazz drums meet, where every shadow's got a song to sing, and every king once lost everything. Oh, the moon keeps dancing on empty glass, while memories burn like smoke that lasts. And somewhere between the blues and the beat, I found myself on Bourbon Street. Sexy tires humming through the night, somebody kissing under old cafe signs, somebody drowning in cheap red wine. And me, I was learning how to let go, one lonely melody at a time. Morning waited beyond the haze, like forgiveness after reckless days. And every bar began to close, like roses folding into ghosts. I took one last walk by the square, felt southern wind inside the air. And somewhere in that fading tune, I stopped blaming me for losing you, because the blues ain't made to win. They're there to let the light back in, and every lonely melody still carries hope eventually. These are the midnight lessons on Bourbon Street, where saints and sinners share one heartbeat, where every silence learns to scream, and shattered souls still dare to dream. Oh, the night kept singing soft and sweet, with tired footsteps and trumpet heat. And somewhere between the hurt and release, I finally found a little peace. Yes, somewhere between the blues and the beat, I left my pain on Bourbon Street. Midnight fades, the city sleeps, but Bourbon Street still remembers me. Cigarette smoke and city memories. Cigarette smoke curls through the neon light, like ghostly prayers drifting through the night. Downtown whispers through the rain, calling every old mistake by name. A lonely saxophone cries somewhere low, beside a bar where tired people people go, and every shadow on these streets still walks beside me in my sleep. I had a room above Delaney's bar, one cracked window facing boulevard stars. The radiator sang all winter long, like a drunk man trying to hold a song. You used to dance in stocking feet, slowly swaying to old swing beats, coffee brewing after 2 a.m., like we had forever back then. But forever slipped through careless hands, like sand escaping broken plans. And now your perfume in the hallway air feels like someone no longer there. This city keeps your echo alive in every midnight passing by. Cigarette smoke and city memories, that's all tonight has left for me. Old jazz records, rainy streets, and the ghost of who we used to be. Every trumpet crying blue still sounds a little bit like you. Oh, love fades slow but never leaves through cigarette smoke and city memories. The bartender with silver hair still saves my seat beside the stairs. He says, "Kid, heartbreak comes and goes, but the blues become the soul." A tired couple near the stage held each other through the age, like they learned somewhere along the line that broken hearts still dance sometimes. Outside, taxis rolled like streams past old theaters and shattered dreams, while moonlight dripped on soaked concrete like poetry beneath my feet. And somewhere underneath the pain, your laughter still falls like rain. Cigarette smoke and city memories, that's all tonight has left for me. Old jazz records, rainy streets, and the ghosts of who we used to be. Every trumpet crying blue still sounds a little bit like you. Oh, love fades slow but never leaves through cigarette smoke and city memories. Late night diners, glowing gold, street musicians in the cold, a piano trembling soft and deep, like promises we couldn't keep. And me, still tracing your name in the dark, like a melody tattooed on my heart. Forgiveness, learning how to arrive. The city yawned awake again, still carrying everybody's pain. I lit the last cigarette I had, watched the smoke drift through the past, then smiled for the first time in years, without drowning in my fears. Because some love was made to leave, but still gives lonely hearts relief. And every scar we try to hide becomes the rhythm of our lives. Cigarette smoke and city memories no longer have complete control of me. Now every lonely jazz refrain feels more like healing than pain, and every midnight trumpet between the pain and peace, I finally let your shadow leave. Neon fades, ashes fall, last train leaves, that's all. And the saxophone still softly breathes through city nights and memories. Coffee stains and broken dreams. Coffee stains on the countertop. Rain keeps falling, never stops. Downtown shadows move so slow, like old regrets that won't let go. A saxophone from room 309 bleeds through walls and frozen time. And somewhere in this sleepless town, another lonely heart breaks down. You left your lipstick on my cup, like proof that love once lived with us. Now every morning tastes like smoke, and silence cuts deeper than jokes. The diner lights still flicker gold, while jukebox songs grow tired and old. A waitress humming Billy's tune looks like she's fighting ghosts too. Outside the subway screams below, taxi headlights drift like snow, and every stranger passing by carry storms behind their eyes. This city never really sleeps, it just hides pain beneath the beat. Coffee stains and broken dreams, nothing's ever what it seems. Love burns fast like cigarettes, leaves behind the emptiness. And every jazz note in the dark sounds like poems from broken hearts, while lonely souls keep chasing things through coffee stains and broken dreams. I met a man on Bleecker Street, playing trumpet for spare relief. He said, son, heartbreak pays the rent. That's where all the good songs went. His fingers shook, but not his pride, like he had nothing left to hide. And when he played that smoky tune, the whole damn city changed its mood. A couple danced beneath neon light, trying hard to survive the night, like two candles in the rain, still pretending love remains. And somewhere underneath the blue, I still hear echoes left by you. Coffee stains and broken dreams, nothing's ever what it seems. Love burns fast like cigarettes, leaves behind the emptiness. And every jazz note in the dark sounds like poems from broken hearts, while lonely souls keep chasing things through coffee stains and broken dreams. Smoke curls high above the bar, piano echoes from afar. Old men laughing through the pain, young hearts falling once again. And me, still searching for some kind of truth inside melodies that sound like you. Morning crawled through dirty blinds, like mercy trying to survive. The city wore its tired face, still running through the same old race. I poured the last cup slowly black, thinking maybe you'd come back. But some doors close without a sound, and some love just burns to the ground. Still the music plays somehow, teaching me to live right now. Because the blues ain't made to heal, they're there to prove the pain was real. Coffee stains and broken dreams, that's what growing older means. Learning hearts can't lose their way and still survive another day. Keeps forgotten souls awake, while midnight songs and city screams dance through broken dreams. Oh, the world keeps spinning endlessly, like worn-out records lost at sea. And somewhere in that bittersweet scene, I found hope and broken dreams. Coffee cold, neon glow, another night, another ghost, and the saxophone still cries through New York skies. Letters never sent to yesterday. Rain keeps falling on the fire escape, like old memories I can't erase. The midnight train rolls slow downtown, while lonely windows flicker out. There's a shoebox underneath my bed, full of words I never said. Paper ghosts and black ink flames, still whispering your name. I wrote you letters every night in June, by the glow of a pale hotel room. Coffee cold, cigarettes burning low, while jazz played soft on the radio. I told you things I couldn't say, like how your silence changed my days, how your goodbye still lingers here, like smoke that never disappears. Outside New Orleans breathed in blue, trumpets crying down the avenue, and every note the saxophone blew sounded like missing you. Some hearts move on with grace and time, mine stay trapped between the lines. These are letters never sent to yesterday, words too late and love that slipped away. Every page still carries your perfume, like roses dying ghost right back to me. Oh, memories don't simply fade, they wait inside the words we never say. I met a pianist on Canal Street, playing heartbreak and slow 6/8 beat. He smiled and said, "Son, love is strange. Some people leave but never change." His fingers danced like falling rain across old ivory stained with pain. And for a moment I could see how broken songs still set us free. A waitress cleaned the empty bar while moonlight hung above parked cars. And somewhere through the smoky air I almost felt you standing there. The city hummed in tired blues, like it had its own scars too. These are letters never sent to yesterday, words too late and love that slipped away. Every page still carries your perfume, like roses dying in a lonely room. And every midnight melody pulls old ghosts right back to me. Oh, memories don't simply fade, they wait inside the words we never say. Streetcars humming through the rain, old jazz singers calling names, a lonely trumpet somewhere far, still bleeding through another bar. And me, holding paper hearts and trembling hands, trying to understand why goodbye can last forever. Morning light touched bourbon gold, turning dark streets soft and old. I read those letters one last time, like poetry from another life. Then slowly, one by one, I watched the ink blur in the sun. And though your memory stayed with me, the ache no longer owned me. Because some love was never meant to live beyond the words unsent. Still it leaves behind a flame that teaches hearts to love again. These are letters never sent to yesterday, songs of love too fragile to remain. But every scar became a line inside this tired heart of mine. And every smoky jazz cafe helped me survive another day. Now the night don't feel the same since I stopped calling out your name. Oh, the blues still echo soft and gray, but they no longer beg you to stay. And somewhere in that fading rain I let yesterday drift away. Paper falls, moonlight glows, old jazz hums, the river flows. And somewhere beyond memory, your shadow finally released me. keeps falling on the old souls beneath neon lights. Neon rain on the avenue, taxi shadows painted blue. Midnight leaning on the bar, like it forgot where morning was. A vinyl crackle softly spins, another night slowly begins. And somewhere through the city noise, lonely hearts still chase a voice. You walked in wearing black and gold, eyes too young to feel that old, like you'd seen every goodbye hidden underneath the sky. The bartender poured bourbon slow, while a trumpet cried below, and every note hanging in the air sounded like a whispered prayer. We talked about forgotten dreams, broken bands and movie scenes, about how people lose their flame, trying too hard to stay the same. And when the piano played in blue, the whole room faded except for you. Slow to smoky rhymes, and every saxophone crying deep sounded like promises we couldn't keep. Oh, the city glowed like paradise for old souls beneath neon lights. Outside the boulevard breathed rain, streetcars humming through the pain. A homeless poet near the train kept singing love like it remained. Inside, laughter rose like smoke, people hiding through their jokes. But you looked straight through my disguise, like truth reflected in my eyes. You said the blues ain't made for fear, they're there to prove we made it here. Then smiled so softly through the haze, like sunrise breaking through decay. And somewhere between the whiskey and jazz, we stopped running from the past. We were old souls beneath neon lights, dancing through those restless nights. Two worn hearts in borrowed time, moving slow to smoky rhymes. And every saxophone crying deep sounded like promises we couldn't keep. Oh, the city glowed like paradise for old souls beneath neon lights. Trumpet echoes down the hall, rain keeps falling through it all. Lovers kissing by the door, like they still believe in more. And me, I was learning hearts can heal, even after years of standing still. while tired music filled the air. You slipped your hand inside my coat, like warmth wrapped inside a note. And for the first time in so long, the night no longer felt wrong, because some people arrive late, like jazz melodies and fate, not to save what's torn apart, but to teach rhythm to the heart. We were old souls beneath neon lights, turning pain into lullabies, while the whole world rushed too fast. We made one fragile feeling last, and every lonely downtown tune helped us survive another moon. Now every shadow shines more bright for old souls beneath neon lights. Oh, the blues still live in city skies, but now they sound less cold tonight. And somewhere in that smoky light, two old souls still dance tonight. Neon fades, morning grows, last call-ins, nobody knows, but somewhere beneath midnight skies, old souls still survive. When life played a minor chord, streetlights melting in the rain, midnight humming old refrains. A worn-out bar on 8th Avenue still smells like smoke and cheap perfume. The jukebox spins a tired tune underneath a silver moon, and somewhere in that smoky glow, my heart remembered what it knows. I was 22 and running fast, trying hard to outrun the past, with empty pockets, restless shoes, and nothing left but half-burned truths. The landlord knocking every week, dreams growing fragile, paper thin, while every late-night train downtown sounded like breaking down. Then you walked in through pouring rain, like sunlight wrapped inside the pain. A quiet smile, dark coffee eyes, and storms hidden behind your pride. You said, life don't always sing in tune. Sometimes it survives in blue. That was when life played a minor chord, when love felt tired and hope felt warm. But somehow through the shattered parts, the music still reached our hearts. And every lonely saxophone cry turned broken nights into lullabies. Oh, pain can teach the soul much more when life plays a minor chord. We danced slow beside the barroom light, like two survivors of the night, while old men smoked and whispered low about the lovers long ago. A trumpet moaned from somewhere far, like a scar singing to another scar, and every note drifted through the room like flowers growing through the gloom. You told me about your Tennessee days, how your father drank his life away, mama sang old gospel hymns to drown out pain deep within. And somewhere between the jazz and smoke, we both admitted hearts can break. That was when life played a minor chord, when love felt tight and hope felt warm. But somehow through the shattered parts, the music still reached our hearts. And every lonely saxophone cry turned broken nights into lullabies. Oh, pain can teach the soul much more when life plays a minor chord. Rain tapping soft against the glass, taxi headlights rolling past, a piano trembling low and deep, like secrets too heavy to keep. And me, I stopped fighting all the scars the moment you reached for my heart. Like mercy arriving just in time, the bartender turned off the neon signs, but your hand still rested close to mine. And for the first time in those years, the future didn't feel unclear. Because sometimes the blues don't destroy, they rebuild forgotten joy. Like cracked records still spinning gold, like winter teaching spring to grow, like tired souls finally restored after life played a minor chord. That was when life played a minor chord, and every wound became reborn. Every heartbreak, every scar led us exactly where we are. And every smoky midnight tune helped us survive another moon. Now the darkness don't feel ignored, since life played a minor chord. Oh, the city still cries after dark, but now there's rhythm in my heart. And somewhere beneath those neon stars, blues became a work of art. Last call rings, morning glows, oh, pain fades, nobody knows. But somewhere through the city storms, a minor chord still keeps us warm. Street lights melting in the rain, midnight humming old refrains. A worn out bar on 8th Avenue still smells like smoke and cheap perfume. The jukebox spins a tired tune underneath the silver moon. And somewhere in that smoky glow, my heart remembered what it knows. I was 22 and running fast, trying hard to outrun the past. With empty pockets, restless shoes, and nothing left. One less train to somewhere better. Midnight station soaked in rain, old street lights trembling like pain, coffee steaming, worn out shoes, another soul singing the blues. The loudspeaker crackled low, like it forgot where people go. And somewhere past the city lines, hope was waiting in disguise. I had a suitcase full of wrinkled clothes, a pocket watch that barely worked anymore, and a photograph of you and me, smiling like we still believed. The ticket lady looked half asleep, like she carried dreams she couldn't keep. She stamped my ride with tired hands, like blessing broken travel plans. Outside the platform, saxophones cried from a lonely bar across the night. Every note drifted through the storm, like trying to keep somebody warm. And the whole world felt worn and tired, like old jazz played through fraying wires. So I took one last train to somewhere better, away from storms and broken weather, away from all the hearts gone cold and stories growing old untold. Every mile hummed soft and blue, like the ghost of losing you. Or sometimes healing starts together on one last train to somewhere better. An old man sat beside my seat, playing rhythm softly with his feet. He wore a hat stained dark with rain, and eyes that looked through joy and pain. He said, "Son, life will test your soul. Take your fire, demand a toll. But every road that leaves you torn can still become where you're reborn." Then he smiled through silver smoke, like somebody who finally broke free from all the chains inside. Most people spend their lives to hide. Outside, the city disappeared, like memories fading in the mirror. And for the first time in so long, the silence didn't feel wrong. The train rolled steady through the dark, like music searching for a heart. So I took one last train to somewhere better, away from storms and broken weather, away from all the hearts gone cold and stories growing old untold. Every mile hummed soft and blue, like the ghost of losing you. Oh, sometimes healing starts together on one last train to somewhere better. Railroad humming deep and low, moonlight dancing on the road, a tired trumpet far away, still trying to make the darkness sway. And me, watching old regrets disappear, somewhere between hope and fear. fields and telephone poles. The rain was gone, the sky turned wide, like mercy opening inside. I looked out through the moving glass, had all the shadows of the past, and somewhere in that rising sun I felt like my life had just begun. Because some people never find the courage to leave pain behind, but every soul deserves a chance to step beyond its circumstance. So I took one last train to somewhere better, through lonely nights and changing weather, and every scar I carried deep finally loosened its hold on me. Now every jazz tune softly played feels less like sorrow, more like grace. Oh, broken hearts can heal forever on one last train to somewhere better. Yes, the world still aches beneath the stars, still leaves its fingerprints on hearts, but somewhere past the midnight weather, there's always somewhere better. Train rolls on, night grows thin, old wounds fade, light comes in, and somewhere beyond the tracks and rain, a tired soul learns to live again. Rainy nights and empty pockets. Rain keeps tapping on the window pane, like old regrets calling out my name. Neon lights bleed through the dark, painting shadows across my heart. There's a jukebox crying somewhere low, playing songs from long ago. In this city dressed in blue, feels like it remembers you. I got $2 and a broken smoke, a tired grin and a worn-out coat, walking downtown past closing bars under cold November stars. The waitress at the corner cafe still asked why I look this way, but some stories stay buried deep, where lonely men and whiskey sleep. A saxophone drifts down the street, slow and bitter, soft and sweet, like it knows exactly why. Some dreams fade but never die, and every puddle in the neon rain looks like memories calling again. Rainy nights and empty pockets, living life with broken watches, counting stars instead of gold, trying hard not to grow old. And every jazz tune in the dark sounds like fire without a spark. Oh, love can leave us so half hopeless on rainy nights and empty pockets. I met a trumpet man named Joe, playing blues outside the liquor store. He laughed and said, "Kid, life gets rough, but sometimes surviving is enough." His hands were shaking from the cold, but his melodies still burned burned like gold, and every note he sent through air felt like somebody's unanswered prayer. Across the street a couple danced like the world still gave romance a chance, while taxis rode like rivers slow through streets too tired to glow. The moon hung low above the trains like heaven trying to hide the pain. Rainy nights and empty pockets, living life with broken watches, counting scars instead of gold, trying hard not to grow old. And every jazz tune in the dark sounds like fire without a spark. Oh, love can leave a soul half hopeless on rainy nights and empty pockets. Street lights trembling on soaked concrete, late night footsteps and tired heartbeat, a lonely piano somewhere downtown trying not to break down. And me, still carrying dreams too heavy to hold, still pretending I ain't cold. Morning slowly touched the sky, like forgiveness learning how to arrive. The rain eased off, the streets grew still, but the blues kept breathing still. I bought black coffee with my last dime, sat alone watching passing time. And somehow in that quiet place I finally saw my own face. Because life ain't measured by what you keep or promises too hard to reach. Sometimes hope survives the storm just long enough to see the dawn. Rainy nights and empty pockets made me stronger than I thought did. Every scar became a song, teaching me to carry on. And every smoky jazz cafe helped me survive another day. Now the night don't feel so hopeless through rainy nights and empty pockets. Oh, the city still cries in blues tonight, but somewhere deep beyond the lights a tired soul keeps holding on till the darkness finally moves along. Coffee steam, neon glow, last train leaves nowhere to go, and the saxophone still softly sings for broken hearts and worn out dreams.